welcome back to the club. How has it been returning to obviously a club and a team that you know really well?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, ultimately it was when I retired, I was looking to get back on that coaching journey. So I've had a bit of a journey away from the club, and to come back, and particularly with the guys in the position they are in terms of the coaching group's been in 2 years. It's an exciting time to join the club. Certainly I've been a fan for the last 5 years, 7 years now actually, and it's been a case of watching them grow as a group.
How much has changed since your last year as a player in 2014?
Well, I was quite lucky. I think I finished when GPS was just on its way in, so there was no monitoring of distances, etc. So you could probably cut a few corners if you wanted to. There's no hiding place in professional rugby now, and the guys work super hard, and you can see that in the efforts that they're showing at training through pre-season.
I was going to say that watching pre-season there, it's been some pretty brutal, intense sessions. How would you have fared as a player then? You'd be all right?
Yeah, you dig in. I think in terms of there's a lot better athletes out there than I was, but mentally I was quite strong and worked pretty hard. So I think at this stage in pre-season you look at exactly that. You're looking at, you get lots of technical work in with the longer pre-season, with the season starting later. The tactical stuff will come in later, but certainly physical, mental and technical stuff you're really trying to hit hard just now.
It's obviously only your third week here as a coach, but how different has it been for you stepping into that professional environment just from a coaching point of view? The
challenge for me is definitely around about the detail and making sure that's absolutely spot on. You're working with professional athletes and yeah, you're there to help them, but you've got to make sure you're absolutely on point. I always remember as a player thinking, what am I being coached? Is it relevant to the game? Is it current? Can I see that transferring from the field and onto the pitch? And that's probably the most important thing for me is the areas that I'm coaching or backing up need to be relevant, need to be on point, need to be physical, because the guys are professional. When they come out, they want to train, they want to maximise everything in every single session. So that's the excitement. I think if I look back on the club game, you're probably spinning plates a bit more. You've maybe got a bit more contact time as an individual coach, because you're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday nights, and it might be. But actually, to be able to look at an area in detail is really exciting, and challenge the players in that way.
You kind of mentioned there, obviously, you've come a wee bit of a different path in that you were at club rugby. How important do you think was that the stepping stones at Watsonians and at Heriots to eventually get to this pro level?
Yeah, Cockers will probably kill me for saying this, but I've got a teaching background, so I get excited about players learning and my own learning as well. So that's probably been the foundation of my stuff, and then working with the national age grade teams has allowed me to access performance environment, and then obviously the club stuff's day to day, so that's allowed me to just be on my feet, being used to being a crowd and delivering to people all the time. So actually it's been quite nice having a varied groups to work with, I suppose.
What's it been like stepping into that coaching group? Kitty, Cockers and Hodgie have obviously been here 2 years now. Do you get a sense that it's quite tight knit, and have they had a few words of advice for you as well?
Absolutely. I mean, everything's discussed, everything's open book. You're involved in every part of that process. Obviously Roddy was in before and did a really good job, so they've moved that forward, and it's just about getting the detail right, getting their language right, and making sure that the points I'm making are within our DNA, I suppose, as a team. But also, all the guys are more than happy to be challenged. We all need to be challenged. It's professional rugby, so it's a good environment to be in. I'm learning lots, which is great.
You look at Edinburgh's pack there, and it's basically an international pack, isn't it? With Pierre Schumann and Bill Matta thrown in there as well. How exciting is it for you to work with guys like that who are proven on the international stage?
Yeah, and it comes back to my point. You've got to be good to work with good guys, and yeah. Look, the set piece is definitely an area of strength for Edinburgh, and you say that we need to keep moving it forward, and Cocker obviously is massive in that area and technically, but also just that mindset and mentality. So if you can get that right, and we can develop other parts of our games as well, then we're going to be a really tough team this year.
Just finally as well, you look at a guy like Rambo, you played alongside him. How interesting is it for you to come back and see how much he's developed as a player? Yeah,
there's a few of them. I mean, like I said, Gilco, I mean, fortunately Rambo was in the back row when I was here, otherwise I probably wouldn't have been playing, let's be honest. But no, to see their journey, and actually guys like Fries McKenzie, who were younger when I was here, now the senior players, and see how they've grown and how they speak to the guys, and the weight of influence that they have is really nice, and that's important. I think we've got people that care about the club, that want the club to do well, and that's very important for me, particularly in terms of developing the identity of Edinburgh Rugby.